Good morning, all. Today we are going to see about Keeladi, an important historical site on the banks of River Vaigai in the South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. What makes Keeladi so important? Well, the excavations that were carried out at Keeladi for the past 3 years have given us an awesome and splendid inferences and results are there. First point is why Keeladi is so important, so that it deserves a separate video to discuss all those things in particular. Well, the Indus Valley civilization in the North India actually equals the Bronze Age elsewhere around the world except India. Okay, and similarly, after the perishment of Indus Valley civilization, who knows, due to some various hypothetical reasons, and the people of the Indus Valley civilization migrated somewhere, most possibly towards South India or towards East India. So, the Indus Valley civilization is actually considered as the first urban settlement or first urban civilization, and the second civilization of such a kind is usually considered along the banks of Ganges. So these were so far these two were the only urban settlements that have been excavated in the whole of India, or the reports have been published for the excavations carried out in these two areas. None other excavations that have been done elsewhere in India have yielded such a urban settlement result. Back now here again in Keeladi, it has become evident from the excavations that have been done for the past 3 years that an excellent urban settlement was there in the same period as that of the urban settlement along the river Ganges in the north. So, an important Tamil urban site has been found out. This is the point number one why Keeladi is very significant and important in the South Indian history. The second thing is, what would I say? The Sangam era of the Tamil culture has been so far believed to be from before Christ 300 to Anno Domini 250. These 550 years were considered as Sangam era of the Tamil ethnicity, wherein all the literatures of Tamil were actually squeezed between these 550 years. But now here at Keeladi, we have got some excellent Tamil Brahmi carved pottery, which says the names of people who owned it. That's like Kuviran, Adan, or something like that. We have got these names, which actually says that the common people who are supposed to use those pottery were well literate. It means the people of that urban settlement were excellently literate people. So in this sense, where the literacy rate is high, it's obvious that the literatures will also be from that period, and hence the Sangam era of Tamil language has to be pushed back to before Christ or before Common Era 600. So, what are the supporting documents that the Tamil Nadu government has given in support of these claims? Is one, there are many samples that were collected from the trenches of Keeladi excavation, and they were sent to Beta Analytics in USA, and they have dated it as 2600 BCE to 2300 BCE. Again, there were several samples sent to that lab, and the artifacts that were unearthed at the lowest trench were dated as 2600. Apart from this, there were 70 animal fragments that are remains of bones that have been excavated from that particular Keeladi excavation site, and it shows that cattle rearing was there in place. It was actually analyzed by Deccan College of Pune, and and they have arrived at this conclusion. And there were if there is a cattle rearing, perhaps there must be agriculture too. And there was also cattle with bones of bull with a hump have been discovered. So apart from this, what do you say? There were species of oxen, buffalo, sheep, goat, black buck, wild boar, peacock were also actually the bones of these following animals were also excavated from that site. And the next thing is there were several brick walls exposed while they dug the pit at 3 feet level. And here the roof tiles and bricks contain more than 80% of silica mixed with 7% of lime plaster. And and that lime plaster in particular had 97% of lime content in it. So there were several wall runs exposed during the excavation. And if you go and see it now, you can actually catch the glimpses of those walls, and the pits have not yet been closed. Apart from that, several graffitis and symbols have been excavated, and most significant thing is some of the graffitis which have been excavated at Keeladi are actually synonymous with the graffiti symbols and things that were excavated at Indus Valley civilization. One thing is the black and red ware potsherds are there, and upon which we have seen several graffiti symbols. And if you just go to the Tamil Nadu government website and download a copy of this Keeladi excavation report, that's actually an intermediate report though. If you just go and check it out, you can see a PDF which is actually showing all the extra reports in an excellent form. It is actually among the available scripts of India. The Indus script is considered to be the earliest one, and it's at least 4,500 years old, right? What's the Bronze Age in the rest of the world is something equivalent to Indus Valley civilization here. Yes, of course. And the graffiti marks found in the Chalcolithic culture as well as in megalithic culture, particularly on black and red ware, the characteristics of Indus Valley civilization. And the same thing has been unearthed at Keeladi also. The graffiti marks encountered both in Iron Age megalithic monuments and associated habitations. Yes, of course, you can find these things in this part also. And apart from Keeladi, where do we get such red and black potsherds are Adichanallur, Korkai, Aragankulam, Kodumanal, Karur, Urayur, Mangulam, Perur, and all other excavated sites are of early historic period, right? The symbols and graffitis that are excellent find of these people, and of the various Tamil Brahmi scripts engraved on the black and red ware and red ware potsherds. Actually, just tell one thing. Do you know that all these people who are using these potsherds are not scholars, right? They are just common people who are there in living a peaceful life in the urban settlement, and those people were highly literate. That's the main point we got to note here. And apart from this, 17 pottery specimens are actually sent to Excise Department of Pisa University, Italy, for mineral analysis. The samples were analyzed, and the results confirmed that the water container and the cooking vessels were shaped out of the locally available materials, right? Interestingly, the two quadrants of the adjacent trenches below the depth of 4 meters reveals heaps of potteries of many cartloads. This means that there was a pottery making industry in that site. The spectroscopic analysis of black and red ware shards of Keeladi revealed that the reason for its black is due to the use of carbon material, and for the existence of red color is due to the use and presence of hematite. The potters of Keeladi were familiar with the technique and the note of the raising the kiln temperature to 1100 degrees centigrade to produce typical black and red ware pottery. Apart from this pottery industry, we were having weaving industries, and the bones of animals were actually sharpened to make the spares or the small parts which are actually used in that weaving equipment. And apart from this, the lifestyle, yeah, that's the main thing. The lifestyle of these people were completely urbanized, and we have got ivory combs, variety of bead garlands, long narrow-necked globular water pot, and pestle and mortar. And apart from this, we have got golden ornaments, precious ornaments too, like buttons, star shaped buttons, pendants, beads, and golden needles, golden rings, and several other glass beads. Apart from this, what do they do for their leisure period? Time pass. Well, we have got dices, hopscotches, and gamesmen. And if it's an urban settlement, again, what about the trade and relationships? Yes, of course, indigenous rollets were excavated again, and carnelian beads were excavated. Yes, of course. What these things are the same thing which we have gotten Kodumanal also. So trade was there in an excellent way. And apart from this, several terracotta images and figures have been excavated. 13 are of human images, 3 are of animals, and more than 650 represent gamesmen, and 35 year ornaments were also found. Other than terracotta objects, the site also yielded jewelry pieces of gold and copper, and objects of iron was also discovered. The one significant find of Keeladi is, so far we have found so much, thousands and thousands of artifacts, but not a single artifact belonging to the religions that are most prevalent today for the past 2000 years have been found so far. It means the Keeladi Aban settlement can be dated comfortably before the emerge of prominent religions like Vaidhigam, Jainism, Buddhism, or whatever. None of the major religions that are in prevalent now had even managed to emerge while the Keeladi people were living an urban lifestyle, right? And apart from this, the fourth phase of Keeladi excavations are going on, and you can actually the fifth phase is about to start. And if you have enough time until October 10, 2019, and the trenches of the excavations being carried out will be open to the public for watching out, and you can go and have a look at them. And you can also find what I spoke here. You can find them in person, although the artifacts have been shipped to safe places. You can also get a PDF of this thing on our Tamil Nadu government website also. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, guys. Meet you soon in another video. Thank you. Bye bye.